You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies.
This is AfterBuzz TV's The Tomorrow People AfterShow.
We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show.
It's AfterBuzz TV's The Tomorrow People AfterShow.
Oh, yeah. Calm down there, people. We didn't teleport from Wednesday. We are not tomorrow people. But we are here on Monday night.
Nice.
I am Tom Connolly. Welcome to the AfterBuzz TV Tomorrow People, episode 17, titled Superhero. And sitting next to me is...
Yael Tygiel. Hello, everyone.
Coming to do a little kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because it was called Superman. Or Superhero.
Yeah.
Superman.
Same thing.
Yes, exactly.
There was a Superman reference.
There was. A lot of them tonight.
Yeah.
What do you think overall of this episode?
I think there were a lot of answers. There was a lot of information. It was really exciting episode. I think it was ridiculously corny at some points. That whole courtroom scene was ridiculous. And there was a lot of sex.
A lot.
Which I loved. I'm going to be honest.
Hey, I think
More
new
of that.
night, new time. Got to draw those viewers in.
Yeah, I think it was their way of being like, hey guys, this is the CW.
Yeah.
Everyone's attractive. Let's show them off.
And I was showing you, there's like promo pictures from last week where they were all like, shirtless
And
in those
vamped
pictures.
up.
Yeah. So I think they were just trying to, rebrand, or not rebrand, but definitely get everyone, on
Yeah.
board of people being like, hey, well, all these other CW shows have beautiful people. So do we.
Right. And the promo pictures, which you should totally tweet out, had John just standing there
Yeah,
with
that
his
one.
shirt open.
That one I'm definitely gonna retweet out.
Heck
You can
yeah,
retweet that out.
I will. And this episode, we see him shirtless like twice,
Yeah,
which is unusual.
I guess. I feel like we've seen him shirtless a lot.
We should see him shirtless more. And not
Should they
him.
just not have shirts on anymore? Anybody?
Yes. The Tomorrow People should never wear shirts.
Maybe they should just maybe they, I don't know, just zap out of their shirts. I don't know.
Zap out of their shirts.
So let's get to tonight's episode. It starts off with John and Cara. They had a reunion, if you want to say.
A reunion. Those are air quotes for our listeners.
Yeah. A hot and heavy reunion.
It was a beautiful reunion. Although he said, I wrote it down, I respect your authority, which is the biggest lie he's ever told.
He said in and outside of the bedroom.
Right. A lie.
Yeah.
He doesn't respect her authority anywhere.
Well, he has to get back on her good side.
Yeah, maybe if he did actually respect her authority, he would.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see with him. I don't know. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, they, in the hotel room, and yeah, she doesn't really want to keep sleeping together. She's like, no, I think this is kind of it.
Well, she says that it's going to complicate the work-love relationship,
Yeah.
which is funny because when he was in charge, it wasn't complicating anything. They were just fine. They could, work and play.
But
But
hey,
when she's in charge, no more play.
no more. But there's definitely going to be more.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause-
They both like each other.
Yeah. Let's just get over this now and just say, it's going to happen again, people. Come
yeah,
on.
it is.
Come on. Look at you. Look at both of you. It's going to happen again.
Yeah.
And throughout this episode, it was a lot of them, telling, more John telling, lying to her, kind of not gaining her trust back.
Right. He's not disrespecting her authority, but he's pretending that he's respecting, I guess respecting. Yeah. He's saying, look, you want me to do this? I'm going to do this. And then he turns around and does something else.
Yeah.
So he hasn't changed at all.
No. I feel like towards the end he did.
Right.
With,
when she went in.
Yeah. With, actually letting her in his mind to see his past, see things that had happened that he hasn't told her about, which a lot of things we saw with, the the paper man getting shot because of him.
Yeah.
And all the experiments that they were doing on him at Ultra. So I feel like he did let her in,
Yeah.
and he said no more secrets.
Right. He said that at the end, but at the beginning he said he respected her authority, and then twice in this episode he defied what she said.
Yeah. I don't know. John's just all over the place.
He's a bad boy. He's got to rebel. That's what it is.
It must be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to rebel against somebody. He can't do it against Jedikiah
Exactly.
anymore. So.
He has this need to rebel, and if she's in charge, he's going to rebel against her.
There was a lot of rebelling in this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of rebelling.
Oh yeah.
But
I can't wait till we get to Hillary.
Before we get to our next topic, we're gonna throw it to a quick preview of Maria Menounos' new show, Chasing Maria Menounos.
Tuesdays on Oxygen.
I'm Maria Menounos, and my life can get a little crazy. I host Extra. I'm an actor, producer, dancer, wrestler, and a lot of other things. I live with Kevin, my boyfriend of 15 years. Do you really love me?
I would say that I'm in serious like.
And my parents. Yep, I just said I live with my parents.
You drive me crazy.
You drive me crazy. My parents want us to get married.
You both love each other. Get married.
Kevin and I don't. I am going to get married when I want to get married. I think I want kids. Kevin definitely doesn't want them now.
This is being pushed on to us.
And of course, my parents wanted them yesterday.
This year, you gotta have it.
And I have a house full of people counting on me financially. If I take my eye off the ball, everything can fall apart.
It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or wants us to do. It's what we want to do.
Everyone thinks that they know what's best for me, but I'm really the only one. I have got to figure things out.
Chasing Maria Menounos is so new. Every Tuesday at 10, 9 Central, starting March 18th, only on Oxygen.
And
Wow.
we're back. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that
Yeah,
show.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Premieres tomorrow night
on
Oxygen.
Oxygen. I'm
So everyone
excited.
check that out. It's
I
lots of
will
fun.
definitely be checking that out tomorrow night.
Yeah. So let's get back. So Russell also defying Cara,
Of course.
going, way off the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Just we see the backstory of him meeting this girl,
Mm-hmm.
Talia. She steals all his money. They have sex too. What a surprise.
Shock.
Um,
At least, you know what? I'm going to be honest.
Hmm.
Their stuff, for some reason, seemed the most believable because it
Yeah.
was like awkward and weird,
yeah.
as opposed to the other two couples that we saw doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, third one at the end was a little. We didn't see.
They didn't get to it.
Yeah, but they're going to.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I mean, Russell. We see his past. I really like the flashbacks of this show because it lets us see where these people were and what they were doing before they all came together.
Yeah.
As the Tomorrow people.
And we still haven't seen Russell get to the Tomorrow people in his flashbacks. This was only 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I like that not only they're not giving us like here's the whole flashback, this is what you need to know. They're like, here's a tiny piece. These people had full lives before they got here.
Yeah.
And I love the way that they're doing this. I really liked seeing him in Vegas using his powers, abusing his powers. And that was a way that we really expected him, to do that. He's the kind of guy who would go to Vegas and just play the games and cheat. And then seeing his softer side was really unexpected and really nice, and it gives the character so much more depth.
Yeah. I feel like he's my favorite character on the show.
I feel like everyone knows that he's your favorite character.
Every time he's on the screen, I'm like, man, I want to hang out with him. He sounds like a fun guy to hang out.
Well, he didn't. I mean, this episode, he didn't even. It wasn't just his witty one-liners. We got to see him badass, and then badass for a cause, and then sad and vulnerable. He's so much deeper now than he was in the beginning.
Yeah,
I love it.
Definitely. Yeah. So we saw him. Gambling, abusing powers.
Shock.
Yeah. He meets this girl who ends up kind of messing with his game.
But saving his life.
Yes, according to her, which I think she was kind of true.
Yeah, I mean,
those guys looked nasty.
Yeah,
behind him.
you can't. Whether they know how you're cheating or not, they know you're cheating. They're gonna hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. So don't cheat in Vegas, people.
Yeah,
don't do it.
You will get caught.
Yeah, exactly. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And I like the story with him and Talia, and then what ended up being he thought it was her. Who was the Red Avenger who would leave a flower.
A rose.
What was it?
Red 16.
Red 16. Wherever, she... We kind of thought she was, you kind of thought she was trying... You didn't know she was saving people at first.
Well,
Kinda.
I mean, in the first scene, you see her beat up that guy.
Oh yeah,
and you don't know why. And then you see a woman in the closet, which is, I don't want to say that it's hilarious, but the scene itself was hilarious because she opens the closet, sees this woman tied up, and the woman is like scared, sees her, like relaxes, and then she's like, now comes the fun part, and then beats up the guy again.
And it looked like she was gonna kill him.
Right, but she can't kill him.
Yeah. So I don't know, but she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
He at least got punished for
whatever he
did
with that woman.
Yeah, that's. Let's not get into that because that just sounds weird and So, but Russell thought it was Talia coming back, but it wasn't her at all. When Steven Russell actually caught up to her, it was a girl named Mallory. Another cute girl.
Yeah.
CW. What are we gonna say anymore about that? And she was basically on a mission to stop. It was a kind of like a money laundering situation.
Yeah, some criminals.
Yes. That were like blackmailing a judge and his family, and they had his family held hostage
and witness tampering and all that stuff. It was the like actual villainy of them was kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
These are bad guys.
But one thing I did think that I kind of laughed at was when they went to save the judge
in his
and his
house?
family. Yes. Yeah. So Steven and Russell and Mallory go to save this family. And the one guy gets away. I liked how he like wormed his way like out and nobody noticed him at all leaving.
They were busy discussing how awesome it was, and then Cara and John showed
I know,
up.
but it was the most awkward escape.
I agree.
I wish we could have just had a separate camera on that guy
right.
to just watch him as they were leaving.
Yeah.
They were just like talking about, oh, that was so great, and then John and Cara show up and they're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Which is really funny that they revealed themselves, and John and Cara were like, you can't do that, you're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get us all killed. And they didn't even notice that a guy was getting away.
Yeah.
And someone who saw you use your powers has escaped. And then the courtroom also, all these people saw all this stuff happen.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that till now.
And Russell and Steven didn't have masks on, just Mallory.
Yeah. No. In the courtroom. Oh, yeah. In the courtroom, he
but
did.
In the
in the house.
House.
I mean, I guess they were gonna get all the bad guys anyway. So, I mean, they let him escape, but
and they're all gonna be alive.
Yeah, they didn't kill anybody.
They can't.
So,
well, that's what I'm saying. This episode was a little corny sometimes.
Yeah, at parts it was just like that doesn't make a complete sense of that guy got away. He saw you. He knows what you look like.
Right.
Not that he's gonna go turn you in because
he's a criminal.
He's a criminal already.
Right.
So maybe that was the balance of it. Like
I guess.
he's not gonna turn them in, but he's gonna try to get his. He
knows there are these people.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can teleport.
Right.
Wouldn't you be more freaked out if you were that guy? Like I'd be like, I need to get out of here because this is crazy stuff going on right now.
I don't know.
Or I would kind of be like, or maybe I want to. How do they do that? I want to know how
I
to
would
do that.
stay and want to talk to them.
Yeah. Be like, please don't hurt me. Just teach me how you teleport and do all this cool stuff.
I want to say the Red Avenger, which I'm going to ignore the name. The Red Avenger. That in itself was such an interesting concept. The idea of there is this person going out there and battling for good, a superhero who trains other people to move to different cities and do the same thing, same costume, same signature with the rose, same mission to save people. That is such an interesting and awesome concept. That is a show I want to watch.
Yeah.
I want that spinoff.
That'd be cool. That would definitely be cool.
That's what
they
I
already
thought
have
about
the title.
this episode. Yeah.
Red Avenger.
The Red Avenger.
And yeah, I mean, it would. If Russell, but is Russell like taking over it now?
No, I think.
Or do you think it has to be a girl?
Drop it. I think they're just gonna drop that storyline.
I hope. I mean, I hope not because she passed it down to him at the end,
right?
And said like, well, and then Talia ended up showing up, and he's like, please take me with you. Like he had this such a connection. I mean, he only spent a couple hours with this girl. And he had such a deep connection with her.
Well, I think they continued to con, and he said that they moved around some together. I think they were together for a while. before she took his money and left.
Were they?
Yeah, I
Oh.
thought they moved to
I thought it was all like.
casinos.
I thought it was all like one thing.
One night. They went
Yeah.
casino to casino in one night. Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yeah.
Have you ever played a casino?
Yeah.
Do you just leave that casino and go to a different one when you're doing
Sure.
well?
You got to hit them all. No, I'm joking.
I was going to say, do you not sleep for 3 days?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
You stay at the table where you're winning, man.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, if you're cheating to win, you can't stay at that table.
Touche.
You got to move around.
Fair enough.
So maybe it was a whole like one night of going all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah. I don't think him being the Red Avenger is going to be a big thing, especially since he is the Scarlet Pimp,
Yeah.
not the Red Avenger. But
Maybe we'll get like different color mask or something.
Right. But I think the message behind it of saving people and doing good, I think that was something that was really presented to both the Tomorrow People and Hillary at Ultra.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to carry out through the season because they're both questioning what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of that going on the whole season. And I think it's going to continue till the end. And hopefully it will come back. Hopefully we'll get to see Talia again. I know that you really like Russell and you want him happy.
Yes, sure. Definitely. No, I do.
You don't want him happy?
No, I do want him happy, but I don't. She just didn't seem like she's going to stick around and come back again. But,
I feel like she'll come back and she'll need help for whatever reason.
yeah, maybe.
That's a Tomorrow People kind of thing.
Yeah, they're always trying to help. Yeah, people do. Like Julian came back very quickly.
Yeah.
A lot faster than I thought he was going to. I thought he would be like more season finale, not,
In the middle.
mid-season. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I kind of like the Red Avenger concept. I like the whole thing of like them helping people. And I liked Russell's speech of being like, it's like a fake, I wrote it down. He's like, it's a fake, like question of like, should we, do we have to join Ultra or do we have to fight against them? Like,
Right.
why do we have to pick a side
Yeah.
of going against these people or joining them? Why can't we just do our own thing?
And help people.
Yeah, and just, help people and just be good. Like, we don't have to keep going against these people that are bad.
Yeah. That's a great
And staying
great
underground,
thing.
too.
Yeah.
Like, going above ground and just living and,
Right.
having a life, not being sewer.
Rats.
Yeah.
They're pretty much rats.
Yes.
I mean, later we see when Morgan goes up to take a bath.
Yeah.
Like, she needed a quality bath.
Yeah, because I don't think they have baths.
No, they live underground.
Yeah.
In the sewers.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a tour of their facility just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be cool. I mean, I'm sure their sets are pretty cool on the show.
Right.
So.
But I would love a like behind the scenes tour of the lair.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Maybe talk to Tim if he's not sleeping.
Oh, Tim, this episode, I think Tim's my favorite character. And this episode, he was really human. He was annoyed. He was sensitive. He was waking them up and upset that they were treating him like an alarm clock. He was, sassy.
Yeah.
I love Tim.
He's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
I do like him a lot.
Russell and Tim should get a spinoff.
Yes.
It would not be the same spinoff as the. I just want the whole show to spin off into different parts so we can get all of it.
Gotcha.
That's what I want.
And speaking of Morgan taking her bath,
Yeah.
they wanted to get into Jedikiah's mind to find
Roger's body. Yeah.
Yes. So Morgan goes to John separately from Cara, says, hey, I can get into his mind. You just need to get me out of here. Because Cara will obviously not let me leave because I'm supposed to be dead, according to everyone above ground.
Yeah.
They didn't show like how she called Jedikiah to get him to come to that hotel.
Right.
But he, obviously loves her, so he came there.
Yeah.
Why not?
I think what was interesting before she even gets out there is that John says to her, like, if you're caught, you will not ever come back here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll help you, but you understand that you are risking your own life.
And I don't think she...
And we thank you.
Wait.
That she's risking her own life to help them.
Yeah.
She can't come back, but, they'll take any until she can give them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. If you can, telepathically talk to us and let us know what you have before you die, do that, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, but other than that, then, please,
yeah.
you're dead. You're dead to us. Bye. See you. Have fun.
Sounds just like them.
Yes. So she ends up, meeting with Jedikiah. She tries to read his mind. He senses that she's trying to, and goes crazy on her.
You skipped the most important
No,
part.
no. I'm not. I'll get to that. I know what you're talking about.
No, I don't think you do.
No, I think I do know what you're talking about.
And
the
you
clothes?
skipped it. Yes, you skipped it.
Sorry, everyone. They weren't shirtless.
Here's the problem. It's not that they weren't shirtless. It wasn't that. It's that they had sex, and they're laying in bed, pillow talking before they go to sleep, and they're still dressed, which means that they didn't end up. It's continuity wise.
Gotcha.
They would not still be dressed.
Well,
And
maybe
I
they
think
just did after. I don't know.
Mark Pellegrino should be just as shirtless as the rest of them. Some of us find him attractive.
Maybe he's working on his. I don't know what he's doing.
Whatever.
But...
Jedikiah should also be shirtless. I'm sure that there are fans out there who should tweet at me that they agree. That
Jedikiah, tweet at her.
Jedikiah should definitely.
Now they're all
going to
tweet at me and be like, "Yeah, he should be shirtless."
Yeah, tweet at both of us.
And we'll just tweet it onto him and say, "Yeah,
right, be shirtless."
He's gonna be like, "Why is this Tom guy want me shirtless?" In the show?
Moving on. All right.
Yes.
So they had their pillow talk, and then she tries to read his mind.
And then he went I think he went like crazy. Like he was trying to kill her.
Oh, definitely.
Like if John didn't show up, he would have killed her.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would have cared at all. Like I think he would have just been like, he was already risking going there to be with her. So if the founder found out, that sounded weird.
If the founder had
he would be
discovered
dead
this,
anyway. Yes.
Right, and I think he was choking her, and she was trying to tell him why
she came. Yes, and John showed up and said, "Guess what? You're gonna be a dad."
Just like that. That's exactly how he said it.
Hey, guess what, man? You're gonna be a dad.
Yeah, congratulations. You knocked her up.
Yeah. No, but what he did say, I don't know if I wrote down what he said. I thought it was like
he said you can kill her, and you're also gonna kill your unborn child.
Yes, that's what he said.
Well, I was paying attention.
And he said, "Congrats, Jed." Yeah. That's what he said, and then he disappeared. They both disappeared.
Yeah.
Got out of there, and he was just like more. And she kind of had a conversation with him, like, "What if we had a kid?"
Yeah, like let's talk about our future and being together.
And he was like, "Well, we can't.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be human? Is it gonna be paranormal?
And we're in the middle of a war."
Yeah. So good for Jed. Hey, he's gonna have a kid. Will it have powers? Well, if his kid has powers, how jealous is he going to be of that kid?
I don't think we've established that he's jealous. I think he's going to hate the kid.
Because he hates his brother?
Because he hates, probably is jealous, and will take it out as hatred as opposed to jealousy.
Yeah.
I think he will be... Well,
or it could change, make him have a huge change of heart of being like, well, now I have a kid that could possibly... have power, be paranormal. How am I going to be the leader of this group that goes after paranormals?
But John was like a child, like a son to him. Like he raised John as his son. He treated John as his son, and he still turned out the same way. Jedikiah.
Yeah.
So having one that's biologically his will not be any different.
Yeah. I mean, I still think Jedikiah is still playing both sides in this whole thing in the end.
We will get to that.
Yes. Yeah, I'll get to that in predictions.
Yeah,
I'll say it again. But so then the biggest thing was Hillary and Steven. I liked to get to hear her backstory. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Finally.
Yeah. I saw some tweets about that earlier this week of like on this episode you're going to learn a lot about her. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we learned that when she was 10 years old, some kind of like druggies kind of busted into her house. Mm-hmm. She said like ex-cons or something.
Ex-cons, she said.
They were trying to get their fix. Mm-hmm. Her brother ended up calling 911.
Yeah. And
they ended up killing her whole family.
Yeah.
Except for her because she was hiding under the bed.
Right.
And then I like that she said she vowed to herself that, once she broke out, that she was going to do whatever she could to protect people. Mm-hmm. But she didn't say like humans or paranormal. She just said people. Which I liked. It didn't. She wasn't like, I'm only going to protect humans.
Right.
So
it was. I agree. It was a really interesting story. I'm glad we got to hear it. Mm-hmm. I hope that means that Hillary's staying around.
It seems like it.
Yeah. Although, what do we always say about Steven's partners?
Yes, Steven's partners die all the time.
Yeah.
So.
But I really hope she stays around. I really like this character. And
Yeah.
I really like that they're giving her more depth as well and giving her a backstory.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get flashbacks for her.
I thought that would have been a cool flashback to see of
what, someone killing her whole family.
well, at least just what was going on, just so we at least got more of that.
Yeah.
More of that sense of like where she came from. Because I think it would have been like her telling this story was very powerful, but seeing it would have been even more like hitting it home of like, wow, that's what happened to her when she was a kid, and now she, is trying to protect people and is part of Ultra. So she's going against her people, but not really. It's all up in
and
the air.
she definitely was experiencing this whole internal struggle that the rest of the Tomorrow people are also feeling. Are we doing the right thing by fighting Ultra? Why aren't we saving people? And I love that that's what the Red Avenger brought out this week.
Yeah.
Was this question of, are we doing what's right? We're on opposite sides of a war. Maybe we shouldn't be fighting this war at all. We should be doing something else completely.
Yeah.
Which I think will lead us into next week, not to get ahead.
Gotcha. And yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. We will. But the Hillary and Steven, she ends up coming to his house
To tell him about a debriefing.
Yes. Yeah. A debriefing. And they started making out.
Yeah, they did.
And he was not opposed to it.
Nope.
Which I guess he's like, well, I can't get with Cara. And Astrid is in love with me, but we haven't seen her.
Yeah.
So she's too scared to come. Oh, she came outside, but.
Right. And she's kind of in love with John now.
Yeah.
I feel like Steven will take it wherever he can get it, is what we're getting at.
I think you're right, though. I think he's like,
Right?
well, what am I going to do?
Yeah, like there's a girl.
She's hot.
She wants to make out with me? Okay.
Yeah. So they started making out, and she said, oh, you got to go to the debriefing in 90 minutes. And he's like, well, how about a little debrief after the debrief?
And she says, I'm going to debrief you so hard.
I was like, wow.
I'm going to use that line.
Jeez.
That's a great line.
She just went for it. She just went for it there.
Yeah.
So, hey, good for her. She deserves it, I guess.
I really like this character now.
Yeah, I do too. They're adding the layers to her, making her more interesting,
Making her a person.
Yes, and not just this girl that's there and trying to hunt down. All these like breakouts. And I do like the struggle within her of trying to figure out what she's doing, and now like I feel like she needs to know that she definitely knows that Steven is kind of not working for Ultra, but she's not saying it yet. I think it hasn't been. I think she's gonna wait. It's gonna end up having to just be revealed to her, I guess.
Everybody knows it.
I know. It's kind of, let's just let it out of the bag. Come on.
Yeah.
And then when Morgan did go in Jedikiah's mind
For a second.
yeah, and she saw this butcher shop, which John was like, oh, I've been to that place before when I was a kid. He let Cara in. Like we said, she saw all the things, but
No more secrets.
She was able to find the cross streets of where this place was.
Right.
Steven shows up there with the
key.
The key, yes.
They
It
said
looks
it
like
was
a
a key.
flashlight, but it's a key.
Today we learned it was a key.
Yes. And it's works biologically.
Yeah.
So it can find his dad, or works for him.
Right.
Too, at least lighting up.
But it also so here's my theory, because we then saw this key open a door.
Yes.
So the door has only been accessed by Jedikiah, who is his uncle.
Yes.
So my belief is this, that this key works for Steven because it's his blood. And then it opens the door because the only fingers that have touched that on the key is Jedikiah, and it brought him to his father.
Gotcha.
That's my understanding of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seemed like it, because
otherwise
it's a front for Ultra.
Right.
But why is Jedikiah the only one going there? Doesn't seem like anybody else is going to this place.
Right.
So, like, obviously Roger has been. I think Roger has been at this place before too.
He's probably. I feel like he has to have built it if the key works there.
Yeah, and like, how does? I mean, that's more of like we'll get to the predictions
right.
But kind of figure out like, well, does Jedikiah only know and Roger only know about this place, and maybe this is some part of this, secret plan of like. We have to wait till Steven breaks out because we know he's going to.
Right.
And he's going to be the one that helps us and, all that other kind of stuff. Like, maybe something crazy is going to be revealed of, like, this has all been waiting for this one moment.
Right.
Kind of thing to finally everything flush out and, them take everything back. So then Steven finds Roger's body.
Yeah.
Big reveal. Dun, dun, dun.
Another shirtless body.
Of course.
Just wanted to point that out there, guys.
And as Steven, kind of goes to touch it, who walks in the room?
Jedikiah. What a shocker.
Well, I feel like how did he get there so fast?
Who?
Jedikiah. Yes.
He was there waiting. He visits, I got it. He visits his brother's body all the time. And so it happened to be the time that he goes.
I guess.
I'm making it up.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Thank you.
With that. Yeah. So he ends up walking in. And he was like, I used to love him before. I used to love him. Or I still love him too.
I think he said I love him too.
Yeah. Or he said I loved him too.
Oh, loved him.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, that's right, because he's dead. Got it.
Yes.
Sorry, forgot.
And then Jedikiah was like, Steven asked me, I thought you had his body cremated. And he's like, well, I guess we both have some explaining to do.
Dun, dun, dun.
So overall, I liked this episode. It was corny at times, but story wise, I liked the whole. I'm glad he found his dad. I'm glad it didn't happen like at the end of the season.
Right.
Like I'm glad it's kind of like everything's happening and moving forward. Like each week we get a little piece, at least at the end, to push this story forward.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, oh well, no, they found the key, but 6 episodes later, we find out what happens with it.
Right. I agree. I think this episode had a lot of amazing answers. It moved the overall plot forward a lot. And it brought up a lot of questions, the internal struggles that everyone's having. Hillary at Ultra, should she stay there? She wants to help people. Russell at the Tomorrow People in the Lair, should he stay there? He wants to help people. Why are we in this war to begin with? The baby.
Yeah.
Which we're never told about before, right? Like
no,
that was announced
tonight.
today. Okay. So yeah, all of that was great. It just needed a little bit more explanation for things like the battle in the courtroom and the saving of the lives. Just little things like that were missed out on.
Yes.
Also, if we're going to have this much shirtlessness every week, then I guess it's okay. Then I guess they can skip answers like why Jedikiah was there. I'll ignore that if we see more shirtlessness.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather be explained why he's there to me, but if Cara doesn't have a shirt, I ain't gonna. That's fine.
Yeah. So that's the trade-off we're willing to accept.
Yes. Okay. That's our negotiations with you guys at
Done.
CW. And then so next week, it seems like
is it time for predictions?
No. I'm talking about next. I'm talking about the episode first, and then we'll go
Okay.
into predictions.
I apologize.
But next week, it sounds like they're gonna try to kill the founder.
Right. That's
So-
what the preview looked like.
Yeah, the preview for next week. So that should be really interesting to see how. Now, what are they all going to start working together against him?
I don't know.
I don't know. That seems pretty. I don't know. It just sounds really crazy that out of nowhere they're like, we got to kill him now.
Right.
like this is it. We're going to kill him. Like, okay, where does that come from? But I think maybe they'll explain it more in the episode next week. So let's get to predictions then.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You want to go first?
Yes.
Were you scared by the lights?
I was scared by the lights. For those who can't see us, there were lights.
Yes.
Flashy lights to go with the sounds. Predictions. I think that whoever wrote on our YouTube that Jedikiah is really playing both sides and that he's really on the good side and that maybe he even has powers, they might be right. I think that next week we're going to see him.
How'd he get there so fast?
Exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, how did he just happen to get there right when he got into that room?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think he's going to reveal that he infiltrated Ultra to get to the top, to get to the founder, because we don't have a name for him yet, and so there was no other way to get to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
But they were both there. Roger and him were in Ultra before.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know. I think we need more answers about the founder.
And I think we're going to get them. I think this season is not going to wrap up without more answers.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see the founder's daughter again. I miss her. She was interesting.
Yeah.
I really liked the superhero aspect of this, and I hope that we get more of them saving people from whatever the trouble is, not just gathering breakouts.
Yeah.
I think Hillary is going to become romantically involved with Steven, and that's going to get her killed. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Because she's not going to live. You can't be his partner and live. And finally, I think that Morgan is going to lose the baby right as Jedikiah says, like, I was wrong. We should have this baby. And finally, they're going to debrief so hard. That's my prediction.
They probably are going to do that. I think that prediction's going to come true.
The debriefing.
Yes.
The hard debriefing.
Yes. And then I agree with that person. I think Jedikiah maybe has powers.
Maybe.
I don't know. That would be a really big reveal, I think. If it is revealed that he has powers.
Right.
And then, or maybe I think he's definitely, playing both sides.
Yeah.
I think what's gonna be revealed is that, like kind of he infiltrated it. And I think it was him and Roger's plan that they knew Steven would break out, so they have to. It was all just leading up to this. They needed him to break out to get to this point for him to be able to bring Roger back, because the only person that could have done this is Steven, to find him to be able to bring him back. So, and it's just like, why would he keep his body? Why?
Weird.
Exactly. Like, why would he keep his body for so many years now?
No, it's a fair question.
To just look at it and go, hey man, how you doing down there?
He kind of strokes it sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. He's cleaning it off. Yeah. I mean, I guess you gotta keep it clean, but yeah, it's just leading up, and there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting answers, which I do like. We're not getting, no answers. We're getting pieces here and there, which I do enjoy. But yeah, there's got to be a reason why he's kept that body.
Yeah.
And then I think if he does come back, I feel like the season ends with them bringing his dad back, and then it's everybody. It's all them against Ultra now. Yeah. I think Jedikiah has to, come to their side.
You think he's gonna survive the season?
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's gonna survive, and then be, go with the Tomorrow people if Roger comes back. I think he's the key to Steven bringing him back.
One more question.
Yeah.
Do you think Jedikiah will ever be shirtless this season?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
I think so. For you, yeah.
Fingers
sure.
crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed.
And then I don't think Hillary's gonna die.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think she lives, but I think she's gonna get, not be an Ultra anymore. I think she's gonna find a way out of that. But I don't want everybody to live underground. Like, can we get these people a nice apartment somewhere or something?
Well, that's what we need Roger for. Is Roger's gonna come back and give them a home?
Yeah. Well, why don't you just leave a key? Steven has a key. What's that key for?
Maybe it's the key to the house.
Maybe, but why not leave an address somewhere? Tim's not going to tell anybody an address.
We'll get
Just be like, hey, Tim, when my son comes here, give him this key and this address.
Yeah.
And let them know they can go live there. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But that kind of wraps us up for this week.
Yeah.
Good episode. We'll be on Wednesday next week.
Next week, Wednesday.
Yes. This is a special treat. We just teleported back to Monday.
Yep.
We're going to teleport to Wednesday next week. So where can they find you?
So people can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. And on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL.
Yeah. And you can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. And you can see me tomorrow night for Supernatural, which is back, and on Wednesday night for WWE Main Event. So we will see you guys next Wednesday.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.